day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
How are you doing?
Perfect, and you?
Good.
Thank
Doing
you.
very well.
Oh, all right.
Living
good,
on my
then
highest
very
excitement.
well.
This is very exciting for me to be up here today.
All right.
So, so my question, Bashar, is I've had some very vivid dreams as of
all right.
lately.
Yes.
Of spaceships.
Yes.
And of them floating.
Yes.
And I've had one in particular where it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Freaked you out.
Freaked me out, Bashar.
Oh, all right.
And
So maybe you need to learn to freak in a little bit.
okay. Maybe I'll try that later.
No,
Bashar.
all right. Don't try.
Okay. That's yes, indeed, and I found that to be definitely helpful in my life when I don't try and I just let be and just let what is be.
Yes.
But I was wondering about those ships. Are those ships from possibly your civilization, or is that ships from
More
other
likely
civilizations?
the Yael.
The Yael?
Yes. Another hybrid civilization.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very familiar with the Yael. I watch your videos quite frequently.
All right.
The first they're called the first by your society, the
Shalanaya.
Yes, Bashar. So those ships, those were very interesting.
Yes.
And they floated and they looked very futuristic. Now I also have dreams of other things, Bashar. I have dreams of different like cartoons or television shows that are in my dreams that are from like a parallel reality. Is that what they're from? Are they from a parallel?
They can be.
Yeah.
But remember that many times when you're having experiences in other dimensions, your physical mind only has so many different kinds of symbols and props that it can use to make sense out of those experiences, and sometimes it will color them in an unusual way because that's the closest representation or the closest symbol it can make sense of for an experience that it otherwise can't make sense of. Mm-hmm. Make sense?
Somewhat, Bashar.
Oh, all right.
I'm a little confused.
Oh, that's all right. You can be a lot confused if you wish.
Okay.
What we're saying is, a lot of times you will have, in your sleep state, experiences in other dimensions, other realities. Mm-hmm. And when you wake up, there is some sense that something has happened, that you've actually had some kind of an experience. But your physical mind is only trained to recognize certain kinds of representative symbols that represent having an experience. So it has to use the props that are at hand to represent something it may not actually have a full set of props to represent accurately. Okay. Therefore, it will use whatever it can use that contains the closest analogy and quality and feeling and tone to the actual experience. So in having a dream that is represented by cartoons, it may be representative of several different kinds of things. Either your physical mind doesn't consider the experience to be real, and therefore it's coloring the experience by making it appear to be a cartoon.
Well, this would be more of an actual cartoon on television. It's an actual cartoon.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's using what it knows. As I said, it uses the props it has at hand that are most representative. What is the cartoon?
It's like there's like a red being in there, and it's like an actual cartoon. Like I can actually see it. Like if I were to see a cartoon on television, it was an actual cartoon. Like if I would be able to have, and it was totally awesome. It was the coolest dream ever. Like totally awesome, you guys. So.
All right. Now that we've established it was totally awesome.
Yeah. So.
Does this cartoon actually exist in your physical reality? Is it a real, as you call it, cartoon show?
It could be if this was.
Is it a real cartoon show? I didn't ask if it could be.
Yes. No.
Is it a real cartoon show?
No, it is not, Bashar.
Thank you.
Yes.
Therefore, as I said, it is making the best sense it can out of an experience you had in another dimension of reality.
Ah, very cool.
So, now, as I said, the cartoon aspect could be representative of the fact that the physical mind doesn't consider it to be real, even though it was a real experience. It can also be representative of the idea that just as cartoons are very malleable, it might be representative of the degree of flexibility that exists in the dimension in which the experience happened. It can be representative of many different kinds of things. The beings that were in your dream may be representative of real beings, even though they may look nothing like that at all. But they may, again, have presented themselves to you in a way for which that is the best representation that your mind can understand.
Yes, Bashar.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, Bashar.
All right. Does this address the question?
Yes, it does, Bashar.
All right. You don't have to keep saying Bashar.
Okay.
Anything else?
In our civilization, when you say a name, it lets people know they're empowered. So.
Well, I already know my power. And besides which, it's not my name.
That's right, because you do not have a name, correct, Bashar?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a word from one of the languages on your planet that simply means messenger.
Messenger, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's an Arabic word that means messenger or bringer of good tidings.
Okay. All right, definitely Bashar. I said it again.
Thank you.
At least I'm not calling you Yael.
It doesn't matter
another
what you call us.
civilization. Yeah. The other question that I had, Bashar, is I experience a lot of synchronicity in my life. I've been experiencing it,
Yeah.
For about the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yes, well, that's
since
one of the
2004.
symptoms of the expansion of consciousness.
Yes. And this,
Synchronicity is your physical space-time way of understanding that everything is actually all one thing.
and numbers correlate a lot with me. I see a lot of different
Yes.
numbers, things
Yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes. You're giving yourself your road signs and your markers for when you are in alignment with the vibration of your being.
Okay. So Bashar, with synchronicity, acting on my highest excitement is definitely the best way for me to.
Synchronicity is one of the tools that automatically happens in the complete kit of excitement when you act on the formula. Look, here are the 11 elements of excitement, all right? Broken into 3, 6, and 2. You have the initial formula of acting on whatever contains the highest amount of excitement every moment that you can, to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further, with absolutely zero insistence on the outcome or how things should look or where you're supposed to go. Zero. If you do that, if you act on that formula in that way, you open up the kit. The kit contains the tools that support you in whatever way you need to be supported, becomes the driving engine of your life that moves you forward. It becomes the organizing principle that allows you to experience synchronicities so that things happen exactly when and where and how they need to. It becomes the path of least resistance in your life so that you feel that life is flowing. It becomes the path that connects you to all other expressions and forms of excitement in your life that are relevant for you. It also becomes the reflective mirror that reveals to you anything you may be holding on to in your unconscious mind that might be out of alignment with your excitement so that you can identify it consciously and bring it back into alignment by letting the negative definition go. That is the toolkit, and when you use the 3-part formula to activate the 6-tool kit, then the last 2 parts are you're given a decision, you're given a choice, and that is that any situation and circumstance that arises from using the 3-part formula that activates the complete toolkit, then you have the opportunity to say, I am going to give this a positive meaning or I'm going to give it a negative meaning, and that's utterly what determines what effect you get out of whatever circumstance or situation arises from having taken the actions that you took. That's it, the 11 elements of excitement. That's it, the entire formula, that's all you need because it's a totally complete kit and leaves nothing out that is absolutely relevant in your life. So as we said, synchronicity is one of those tools and will always automatically be part of the complete kit. Does that make sense?
That definitely makes sense, Bashar.
All right, and I assume you will feel that this is totally awesome.
Totally awesome, Bashar.
All right.
Not just a little awesome, totally awesome.
Yes.
And that's from my heart, so.
Thank you.
Yes. And so, Bashar, the other...
Yes?
Yes. So the other question that I had was, what was my question now?
Maybe if you say Bashar again, it'll come back to you.
It may come back to me, but yeah, I mean that's for the most part, pretty much the
All right, then
correlation of my
thank you
questions.
for your sharing. Move
All right.
along.
I will do that. Thank you, Bashar.
Thank you.
Well, Bashar,
And a good day.
how can we best accelerate the conscious evolution of humanity at this
Thought I
time?
just answered that.
So how can we best be of service to the planet?
Thought I just answered that. By being your full self, by acting on your highest excitement, you allow yourself to be your full self. By being your full true self, you are of best service to your entire world, because then you're acting as an example to others that they can also choose that path for themselves in whatever way is relevant for them. Without you being your full self, you're not acting as an example. You're not giving them an option to see that this can work for them just like it works for you. That's it. That's your purpose. That's your mission, to be yourself as fully as you can. The way you go about doing that is by acting on your highest excitement every moment that you can with no insistence on the outcome. That's it. It's that simple. It really is that simple. You can complicate it if you want to, and I won't stop you from doing so if that's what gives you joy. But it really is that simple. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Does that answer your question?
It does.
Anything else?
With the tools that we have available now with media and communication, what advice do you have for sharing ideas, getting the message out, any message that we want to give to humanity?
Well, where's
in the
your
best
creative
way?
imagination in coming up with what works for you? Yes? Are
Yes.
you going to act on your excitement or not?
Yes.
Well, then you're going to do it in the way that works for you. That's an expression of you, that's relevant and representative of you, aren't you?
Correct.
Then use whatever technology is at your disposal in whatever way is appropriate within your society, and act on your joy. And make sure it is your joy and not your anxiety. That's it. Yes?
Question on curiosity.
Curiosity. I'm curious what you have to say.
In the non-physical, how does intent and focus, how is the nature of intent and focus in non-physical, how does that relate to our intent and focus in our physical realities now?
Well, the only real main difference, although there are some other subtle differences, but the only real main difference is the lack of experience of what you would call space-time. So the intent and focus in physical reality plays out in what you would call a process. Whereas in non-physical reality, the intent and focus allows you to experience the reality manifestation instantaneously. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, but remember that the whole point of physical reality is the process, because through the process, you rediscover yourself from a new point of view. You can't experience change from a timeless state. You can only experience change in the illusion of space-time. That's why you forget who you are, so that you can remember who you are from a new perspective and discover something new about yourself. Otherwise, that wouldn't be possible. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Does this help?
It does.
Will that do?
One final question.
Yes.
Again, when we transition into non-physical,
Yes.
if we find ourselves on our so-called island of beliefs,
Yes. Generally speaking.
okay, so these are beliefs that can be formed, newly formed in the non-physical. What if we are
Well, they're not
taking in some
really
of our beliefs
beliefs.
from...
They're not
okay.
really beliefs in the non-physical. They're not quite the same, because you don't really have a personality construct in the same way anymore. Beliefs are part of your personality construct in physical reality. In non-physical reality, it's not so much a belief as it is simply a knowingness of what is true for you at that moment. It's a slightly different kind of an experience.
And you've already addressed how to bring this knowingness into our physical reality, basically
Yes.
just living to our highest fulfillment and joy.
Absolutely, and then you can bring your version of that into physical reality, though it will still be somewhat of a different experience in non-physical reality.
Thank you, Bashar. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And a good day.
This is my first time seeing you, so
Oh,
excited.
what a coincidence. It's our first time seeing you. What are the odds?
So lately, I have been experiencing the state of love and no limitation and
All right. Sounds exciting.
connection. Yes, but it lasts only a few days at a time.
Nonsense.
Yes.
You just define that it lasts a short time because of how you define what the experience needs to be. As I said earlier, if you simply know that you're always in that state, then you'll understand that that state can contain within it fluctuations of how you experience that state. But the fluctuations don't mean you're not in that state. They're just different fluctuations within the state of your joy. Why should you define or assume that just because it changes, that means you're no longer in your joy? It's that assumption that takes you out of your joy,
Right.
not the fluctuation itself.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes. And partially, I think it comes from my belief that as
It
I
comes completely from your
completely
belief.
my belief, and one of them is as I decided to be born as a human being,
Yes.
I thought I have to be under limitation.
Well, you do
Yes.
in order to experience it, but that doesn't again mean that all limitations are negative.
Right.
You have to have some degree of limitation in order to have a physical experience. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But you get to decide which limitations are relevant in a positive context and which limitations don't serve you, and let them go
Okay.
to the degree that is relevant to still playing the game. In other words, to go back to our chess analogy, if you really have decided to play chess,
Yeah.
it's not really going to be very instructional for you to throw the chessboard away and suddenly bring in a Parcheesi board. If you've agreed to play chess, you need to play on a chessboard.
Right.
So your letting go of certain limitations will only go as far as is relevant for the game that you have agreed to play.
So I don't need to worry about.
No, it's automatic.
Okay.
All you need to do is act on your highest excitement and let the complete kit and the organizing principle of synchronicity within the kit be your guide, because it is a self-perpetuating, self-guiding system. Please understand, these concepts that we're sharing with you, these are not mysterious, magical concepts. This is physics. That's all it is. What you put out is what you get back.
Okay.
It's that simple. Now, it is in its own way magical and miraculous, but that doesn't mean it's not physics. Make sense?
Yes.
Does this help?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yes. My last question is.
Speak up so that all may hear what you have to share.
Yes. Can I get a ride on your ship?
What makes you think you haven't already had one?
Because I don't have any memory.
So what?
Have I?
Next! I'll let you ponder that for a while.
Okay. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Many of you have had contact, but you don't remember, because part of the measurement we use to determine when you're ready for more contact is how quickly you remember that you've already had it.
Good day, Bashar.
And you, good day.
I
Always want to make sure you're all awake.
I wanted to express my gratitude for the information you're sharing with all of us.
We are also in deep appreciation for the co-creation of the interaction.
I wanted to ask, how do you guys give hugs in your planet?
We do.
How?
What do you mean, how?
Oh, physically.
We have bodies, you know. We are a physical extraterrestrial species. In our evolution, we are very closely approaching non-physicality, but we still do have bodies. They function more like spirit, but they still are actually in physical reality to a great degree. We refer to ourselves at this point in our evolution as quasi-physical. So we still have bodies, we still have arms, we can still give hugs physically.
Okay. Well, a hug from me to you.
All right, and back at you.
All right. I wanted to ask about a meditation that I did with your symbol.
Yes.
And I received the name Arsenia.
All right.
And
How do you want to use that information and that idea and that permission slip?
I was using it as my highest self.
Yes, all right. And how has it assisted you? By having that permission slip recognition, relationship, and connection.
To bring forth everything that I see.
To bring forth everything that you see. What does that mean?
Well, I was really hoping you would tell me more about it.
More about what? Your relationship to your higher mind?
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
No.
It's not? Because that's what I was going to tell you, but if you don't want it.
No, tell me.
Too
Tell
late.
me. No.
All right. Do you understand that you're speaking with your higher mind right now? You're just using us as a permission slip mask to make it okay and easier to talk to your own higher mind. That's what these interactions actually are. I am my own being and I am involved in these interactions, but you're speaking to your own higher minds using us as an excuse to do so. Because your belief system says it's easier to talk to your own higher mind when you're able to use someone like us.
Okay.
But you're talking to your higher mind right now. So, shall your higher mind ask you the question that was asked before?
No, I want to ask you a different question now.
All right.
So one of my highest joy has been to explore lucid dreaming.
Yes.
And I've been on that exploration this past year.
Oh, all right. How exciting.
Yeah, and I wanted to know if you had any new tools to share with me.
Aside from the ones that we actually gave you in the transmission called The Awakening, which was all about lucid dreaming?
Yes.
You're already familiar with those tools?
Pretty familiar, yes.
Pretty familiar. All right. Well, let me ask you this. Is there something in your dreams that seems to recur quite often? Some element?
Dogs.
Dogs, all right. Then, do you believe you can train yourself to remind yourself that when you see the dogs, you're dreaming? That would be a no. Because hesitation usually means no.
Okay.
So why don't you believe you can use the dogs that keep showing up, which after all are the symbol of service on your planet, to remind you that you're dreaming when you see them in your dream?
Well, because I feel like when I'm dreaming,
Yes.
well, when I'm awake and then I recall my dreams, I feel like I'm not remembering them very vividly.
So what? That's not what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is, can you remind yourself when you go to sleep
Okay.
to know that you're dreaming when you see a dog in your dream? Can you do that?
I can do that.
All right. And you do understand that when you all go to sleep and dream, that's when you're actually waking up. And when you wake up in the morning, that's when you're actually dreaming.
Okay.
So you're dreaming right now. Pretty lucid, isn't it?
Very, very lucid.
The less difference you make between physical and dream reality, the more lucid you will become in both.
And then I wanted to ask you.
Big clue went right over her head.
No. I wanted to ask you.
Still went over her head.
It's just that triggered something else that I wanted to ask you.
Oh, all right.
I wanted to ask you, when I wake up, I want to wake up feeling very refreshed.
Then do so. What's stopping you?
That I forget and wake
You
up.
forget what?
I forget that I want to wake up that way. And then I
But
just.
why don't you wake up that way?
I have to create it.
Wouldn't it be natural for you to wake up refreshed? Do you not understand that your natural state is refreshing? If you're not waking up refreshed, that can only mean you're not being in your natural state.
Okay.
That's why we remind all of you to really be acting on your true joy. because that's your natural state. And find the definitions that are counter to that, that are out of alignment with that. And don't take action in those directions. When you are more your natural self, you will wake up refreshed.
And that includes clarity as well?
Does your definition of being refreshed include clarity, or do you need to add that as some kind of a special clause in your contract? Does your definition of being refreshed include clarity?
I would include it, yes.
Then why ask if it does?
Okay.
It's up to you to decide what the definition is. But pay attention, because many of you have definitions you think are definitions of excitement, and they're not. Because many of you ask the kind of questions that you just asked. Well, if I act on my excitement, what if something bad happens, just to simplify it? But how can a definition of excitement contain something negative? If you have a definition of excitement that says that if you act on your excitement, something negative will happen, that's your first clue. It's not a definition of excitement. Because by definition, a definition of excitement can't contain a negative experience. So, if you have to ask if being refreshed would also include clarity, then you don't have a big enough definition of refreshment.
Okay.
But it's up to you to decide what that definition is. Yes?
Yes.
Is that clarifying?
Very.
All right. Do you feel a little bit more refreshed?
I feel very refreshed right now.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasant dreams. One moment. To the person to whom we were just speaking, the dogs, see what happens when you go to sleep if you think about Anubis. All right? All right? All right. Thank you.